Hello, hello, hello. This is not my normal podcast chat. This is not a normal weekly chat that I normally add into my podcast, but I just wanted to come in and just do a really quick little update on what's happening and what I'm doing, because as you know, as someone who I swear I start all my podcasts, as you know, as someone who, but over my journey of doing all the spiritual healing, blah, 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 I swear I say that all the time. There are moments when we are fully, not pushed, that's the wrong word. We are hit with something intuitive that we need to do now. Let's go. Sometimes we miss those moments because we can be crowded in our shadows or crowded in our beliefs, and we're not able to see, feel, or allow those hits to come in. And I have found that they are the ones we need to run with. They are the things that are going to propel us forward. They are the steps that we take in order to get to our destination quicker than we possibly can. And I do not have an answer on whether our destination is something that is predetermined or whether it is something that we create. But part of us being where we are right now, in our moments right now, we get to choose and desire the things that we want. So right now, if we were looking at our life and we decided, oh my goodness, I want money, or oh, I'd really like an amazing relationship, or even, what would a new car feel like? Whatever it is and what we're trying to manifest right now, that is what we want right now. And whether that is part of our end goal, whether that changes later on, whether that comes to us in a different form of what we thought we were looking for, we're still always working and trying to work towards something that we want. And for us to get to those places or closer to whatever that end goal is, when we allow our clear, unshadowed intuition to come in and to give us the guidance and the steps and the things we need to do and what's next for us, we need to listen to those, because they are going to be the things that are going to help us to get to those things that we want faster. But when we're covered in shadow and beliefs and stories, we don't see them. So what has happened for me today is I used to offer lots of programs and things like that before, and I would sort of half-ass about it, and I felt like I was being intuitively guided to being able to offer something, and then the energy would fall flat, or maybe it was my own sabotaging self, the part of me that didn't want me to succeed, sort of saying, oh, do you really want to do that? Can you really do that? And all those friggin' negative Nelly little voices in your head. And I would lose the power to continue with that intuitive hit. And you can look at that in many different ways of, oh, that's just you not following through, or that's you giving into your old beliefs, or that's you thinking that something else that's coming in is a new intuitive hit. I think we are constantly being given options for us to move forward in whatever way we want to. So we can get these big, crazy ass ideas when we're like, wait, what? You want me to do what now? And most of the time we're going to be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Or that sounds really weird and does not sound anything like what I actually want, so I'm not going to do that. But whatever it is, I feel like it doesn't matter. Whatever those thoughts are, whatever those ideas are, they can still lead us to exactly what we want. But I do believe that it is the clear, and I'm going to click my fingers here because that's the way I want to describe it, is when we get those ideas and those thoughts and they just come in like that without us overthinking it, without our brain trying to suddenly put logic into it and suddenly start writing things down and plan it out. I think that's where we lose a lot of our natural intuition to shine through, and we start putting everything based on our experience and our ideas and what we already know in that moment, and we start shadowing it, literally that idea that we originally had. But today, this is what led me to this talk actually, is that something's come in where I'm being guided to offer something to other people. And this is something that I had done in the past, and I thought that based on my new current trajectory and some of the things that I have as the things that I'm working on and the offers and other things that I'm doing at the moment, I didn't think that would be something that I was going to offer anymore, because I had really burnt down the bridges to all the other ones I was offering. But clearly that's not the case. And so what it is, it's, I don't know, it's just a word. I don't even know what you call it, but it's 3 weeks. I'm going to call it a 3-week intensive experience where it is literally going to be 21 days. What is 21 days? I really like 21 days. I've noticed I've done that a lot. Anyway, that's a side note. But what had happened was the way it came through was literally, it wasn't, I should offer a program for people so I can show them this. It was more of get on your computer, get these photos that you already have on your phone. And, you know, sometimes I have these weird moments where I just create lots of selfies. So I already had photos. It was like, okay, use these. You were creating story, go into Canva, start writing. I'm like, okay. And I did. And just as I was typing, it was coming out. So there's no planning. There's no, let's write it down. So we should do this. We could teach this. We could offer it like this. It was none of that. It was just boom, straight out. This is how it comes in. This is how it comes out. So there was no tainting of sorts. So it came through as a 3-week intensive mastermind where I can show you some ways to work on your beliefs, your stories, your shadows. And this is something that I have done in the past quite a bit, and something that I am purely passionate about. But it's funny, underneath every single thing that I've ever learned and every single road that I go down, it really makes complete sense that every single thing that we do, everything that we create, everything that we have is based on our belief. Everything. You give me a topic and I will show you how it is here because of your belief, because that's all we have is our beliefs. And if we are still holding on to beliefs that aren't ours, or something that's been inherited from something else, or something that we've thought that we need to believe, or something that we've created a belief based on just on our experience, we're not going to hold everything else around us in a untainted manner. So the whole idea of this intensive was to bring forward the experience and the tools that I have to help others really sort of ramp up and really sort of get in and get all this shit out, because I've done this work for the last few years, and I'm sure many other people have done it for like 20 odd years, etc. But I've been through some heavy shit, and I feel like I am in the perfect position to show others, not just in a way of, oh, here's a tool, this is how you do it, I used it to get rid of this. It's, here's a fucking toolbox of tools. Let me show you how I've sort of pieced together the bits and pieces of all of them and found what works for me. And I'll be honest, the amount of tools that I have used, obviously there are some that I have used a lot more than others, the ones that I I don't actually continue to use that much because I don't have any more freaking healing to do, which is awesome because I have a whole new outlook now. But what I was noticing, even though I may have been using something for this amount of time, I would go back to something that I may have used a few times a couple of years ago, and it's like, okay, I feel like doing that. Why don't we do a little bit of this? Hey, let's try this. And I would mix it up and shake it up. As someone who cannot adhere herself to one thing forever, I am someone who is always mixing it up, always changing it up, always finding different ways to do things, always seeing how this feels in the moment and not locking myself into anything. And even though, like, even up to now, I've been a little bit resistant in being able to express that, because I've been in such a different mind space to everyone else, where I'm not attaching myself to the norm of, you know, how everyone else is sort of doing their own thing, and I'm trying to create and what word's that? Pave my own way towards my own being, my own existence, without being attached to any belief of anyone else, because that's one of the biggest things, is how we attach ourselves to the beliefs of others. But I do honestly believe that we do need to have some beliefs, whether they're ours or someone else's, and we also need to hold the momentum of that belief to allow it to fully be expressed. So at the moment right now, I am offering a 3-week intensive mastermind. It starts Monday. That is the 5th of December, I believe. It is for 3 weeks. It will lead us right up until Christmas Eve, I think, or somewhere around there. It's a Facebook group. It's a Voxer chat. There's going to be daily content. I cannot tell you what it is yet because I'm not planning it. It will come through as it needs to come through, but I can feel right now that it's going to be a lot, and it's for the people who really want to work on their shit. They really want to clear it out before the end of the year. They really want to get rid of it before the new year starts, and get rid of it before Christmas, because I know sometimes for many people Christmas can be stressful. It can be tiring. It can also be super fun. It can be full of family problems, or, you know, visiting or dealing with things that you only have to deal with once a year, etc. So I think it's a great time, if you know that this is something that you need to do and something that you are committed to doing, because you will need to do the work. There is no magic wand that says abracadabra. You are totally amazing. However, I could be wrong about that. But for me, there has been no magic umbrella. It has been me consistently working on things, consistently doing things, and always trying to find a better way or a new way, and consistently moving forward in whatever way that looks like for me. So that is what I'm offering. That is why I'm doing this quick chat, because that's what I'm being guided to do, and it feels great when things come through and I'm not using my thought, and I'm not going, oh, hang on, what about this? What about that? And that's what happens once you start clearing those beliefs and those stories, those shadows, is that you allow more of this information to come through, and it's not tainted in the what ifs and the oh no's and no you can'ts, etc. And that's what I think we all need to get to, and we're all trying to get to, so that we then can allow everything that needs to come through in the most unhindered and unshadowed way possible, to get us to those goals as fast as we possibly can. So I will leave some links in here somewhere. While I am also talking, I am going to speak about my membership. It is very low cost. I think at the moment it is Australian $7 a month. It is literally like a brain dump of some of the... See, I say weird stuff, but it's cool stuff. Like, so many different things that happen in my mind that are unexplainable, that really sort of lock in the vastness of the experiences that we can have, and the way we can interpret, and the way that other people experience things, and, you know, what... the big question mark over our existence, and how it works and how it operates, and what else is out there, and who am I, and what is my role, etc. It's a great little membership. It's only just started. We have a couple of people in there, and it's just something that I really wanted to offer, so that I could show people what it's like when you're in this space of allowing whatever to come in without being attached to anything or any outcomes and things like that. And it's really interesting. You do need to be someone with an open mind, that's for sure. I also still have my t-shirts, of course, they're super cool, and I do custom designs. And I am doing my painting, I'm doing digital artwork, drawings. And I do also have a space for someone if they need help with their social media, like designs and stuff, because even whilst creating this intensive today, I was doing the creation of it, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't have a logo, oh my god, I don't have a video, what am I doing? That's not my style, because that is my favorite part of creating, is coming up with a logo and a name and doing like a video and music and stuff like that. So if anyone wants any help with that, let me know. But I do have a lot going on at the moment, but guess what? You can do that when you're not holding on to all these beliefs and these stories and those shadows, and don't let anyone tell you that, oh no, you can only focus on one thing. That's bullshit. If you are anything like me and needs to have those many arms of creativity going at once, and you go for it, and when it is fully aligned and you are fully unshadowed, it's going to feel so natural and so amazing. You're going to love every goddamn minute of it. But that's it for me today. That is basically a little sales podcast, really, but here I am. That's what I'm doing. I will be back next week with, I am sure, something amazing for your hearing experience.